What's up, YouTube? Thank you for coming back to my channel. So before we get started today, check out my t-shirt. It says Generational Curse Breaker. If you're interested in this t-shirt, buying this t-shirt, and maybe you're a generational curse breaker like me, you can get this t-shirt at my website, which is www.divinenatureclothing. So had to put in my plug. Okay, my bad. And if you're not interested in that, let's move on with the video. Today we're talking about health, and we're talking about how to fight inflammation and the best foods to eat to fight inflammation. So let me give you a background on inflammation. I didn't know some of this information. I had some illnesses that I had to deal with because of inflammation, and I didn't even know what it was or what was causing it. So let's talk about inflammation real quick here. So inflammation can be your body's natural response to fight off bacteria and viruses. The most common type of inflammation is acute or short-term inflammation. Acute inflammation helps your white blood cells fight off brief illnesses, okay? And if you see me look down, I'm always reading my book because I write everything before I ever talk about it. I'm more of a writer than a speaker, so I do write. Now, there is a chronic long-term type of inflammation, and that's the one you want to worry about because it can cause you to have some pain or cause you discomfort for either months or years. So it is the long-term inflammation that we do not like and we do not want to set into our body. If you ever heard people say, you know, every time it rains, I'm hurting, or if you know people who have experienced endometriosis, that is a female problem where people are actually having very painful, monthly menses. And so inflammation can come in a lot of different ways. Even people with Alzheimer's have inflammation. So inflammation is one of the causes of most of our 16 diseases we have here in America. And if you want to learn more about that, I talk about it in a big detail in my vegan video, how a vegan diet changed my life, or how a vegan diet changed the way I eat or made me eat better. I believe it's the title, so look that up. I do go into very detail about the information I'm going to tell you quickly here in this video. In America, we have 16 top diseases. Those diseases are sometimes caused by inflammation or other problems such as genetics and that kind of thing. But inflammation can really sit into our bodies, and it can cause us pain or harm, or it can cause a disease to take over or worsen. And this is why it's so important for us to learn what inflammation is and how to handle it and deal with it, okay? Now, yes, we do have most of these top diseases that come from inflammation here in America, but also the food we eat can help reverse it and keep it in its place, keep it settled down, keep it at a low rate. So let's talk about those things. Now, I have a book. It's called How Not to Die by Michael Greger. I suggest anybody gets this book. This book changed my whole thought process on health and really showed me how important it was to put vegetables, fruit, legumes, whole grains into my diet, and any foods that are considered just non-processed foods. Foods that come out of the ground, and you want to be able to harvest and eat these foods as close to their natural form. So that's why we're doing this whole thing on inflammation today. Okay, so let's talk about the difference between bad foods and good foods, okay? So bad foods are foods that we just don't want to have. They're going to cause more of that inflammation impact in our life. Bad foods can be fried foods, red meat, one of my favorites, butter, another favorite, snack foods, okay? These foods are kind of bad for us, and we shouldn't really want to eat them here. Also, other good foods would be vegetables, colorful vegetables. We want your plate to look like the rainbow. You want to eat a variety of vegetables here. Leafy greens as well. Legumes, which are things like beans, peas, fish, olive oil, nuts, and tomato sauce. And tomato sauce is actually pretty good. It has a lot of cancer killing properties. So tomato sauces are pretty good. And if you ever heard the saying, apple a day keeps the doctor away, it is actually a very true term based on scientific studies here. So someone found out that an apple a day actually helps your gut microbiome. And I've really did some research on the gut. Maybe I'll do a video on it, on the gut, and certain foods can help your gut keep the good bacteria in your stomach, because once we have the bad bacteria in your stomach, it causes some issues. People do suffer from things like IBS and that kind of thing due to bad microbiome or bad bacteria in your stomach. So that is something else to know. Now, I just gave you that example of the doctor study with the apple, but those studies are in the book that I told you about, Michael Greger's book, How Not to Die. Okay, his book, How to Not to Die, is completely full of studies, and all of the studies are about our country, America, and other countries, and he's comparing the health issues from our country to other countries based on what is eaten or what people eat. You know, there are countries out here, and we wouldn't know it in America, there are countries out here and literally do not suffer from, you know, heart disease and diabetes and kind of these major things that are killing us in America. And really, he starts the book off by saying that, like, nobody dies from natural causes anymore. And that really hit me, because I was like, man, that's true, because I don't know anybody who just, you know, passed away in their sleep. It's always something that's a disease or something else that's taking people out. And so I really think that you should read that book if you're interested. If you can handle reading the all the scientific data and all the studies, it will pretty much change your life, and you'll find out what you put on your plate. And actually, I help you a little bit. I give you a cheat sheet. If you go to my website, which is myloftyways.com, I have a website there, and I have an inflammation guide that you can purchase, and you can take those items and look at them when you go to the grocery store, and you can make sure that you take some of those items and you buy them when you go to the grocery store, so you know you're eating better foods here, okay? Now, I hope this video was able to help provide you more insight to what inflammation is, okay? How we can be more mindful of what we eat, because it's very important. This body you have is God's temple, and we have to learn to take care of it. And even I myself have to learn how to take care of my body, how to treat myself well. I have a family, I have a daughter. I have to learn how to be healthy so I can help raise my child. I can help run with my child, play with my child. These things are important to life. Our outlook on life, and also how well we deal with life, is important. How we are able to handle things in life is important, because if not, we're missing out on time with our family. We're missing out on things we could be doing that could be beneficial. So these things are important. Okay, Ecclesiastes, I have a Bible verse for you. The Ecclesiastes 3:13. And also, every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is a gift from God. So, eat and drink. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Every one of us work. We have to make a living. We have to find a way to make a paycheck. So eat and drink. I'm not telling you what to eat. I'm not telling you what to drink. I'm just helping those who have this problem be able to help correct it and fix it, so they have a better life and they can move around and they can get around without pain or suffering, okay? And so I want you to take that Bible verse and just think about it. And think about what you eat, what you put in your body. Think about how you can better that situation. And also, I want us to know what it's like to work hard and nourish our body. And let's nourish our body for the work that we have to do, the work we have left on this earth, the work we have to do every day. And we need the food and the energy from the food to help do the work here, okay? Now, with the right foods, we can not only have the energy to do the work, but we can also, again, reverse the problems that we're having. We can reverse the inflammation. We can reverse the pain in our knee, our elbow, our shoulder, all those things. So these things do come from inflammation. And now we know what to eat to better it, what foods to stay away from. I hope this encourages you to fuel your body in the right way and be a good steward of what you have, even when it comes to eating and drinking. And I myself has been a good steward as well. I actually have a video that is coming up as well with this one, where I actually joined Weight Watchers for 2023. So if you're interested in that video, go check that video out for me, okay? And if you guys like this information, if you have something to say about it, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate you very much, and have a good